In that, click on functional programming, the third one. Sorry for giving you that because I didn't get any time to convert it into a nice typed material. But just click on that. Hope you can read that, correct? So that's how I learned the things, that whenever you want to learn a concept, read as many books, combine the data as much as possible, and then create some handwritten notes and then convert it into text. Okay. So, idempotent, easy to test, lazy evaluation, okay, referential transparency, memoizable, parallelism, lazy evaluation. By heart, these 6 points. If anybody is asking you, what is functional programming? A completely different world you will be moving when you write the Spark code in the coming days, because it's a little bit different approach. Everything is same. Whatever you are doing is exactly the same. But the way in which you are going to do the things are different. Don't think that you are studying a new architecture, new changes in the world, or new thing. Only difference is the way you look at the things. Internally, everything is same, but the way or the approach. For example, you can say that you always make coffee by boiling the water, putting the coffee powder, and then taking the coffee. Or you may say that no, I just take first milk, I will put it in the oven, and then I will, when the milk is boiling, I will just put some water and coffee powder at that stand. So it's two approaches, right? But final output is coffee. Two different ways of thinking. That's all. So the first thing to note is, in Spark, right? In Spark, when the university created that application, this is coming from Berkeley University. We'll talk about that later when I start Spark in the next class. It is coming from AmpLab. Have you heard about AmpLab? Algorithms, machines, and people. That's a short form of AMP Lab Berkeley. AMP Lab Berkeley is the one which created Spark. And they were looking at a language which is nice, which is easy, which is powerful, and which needs less code to write. They analyzed a lot of languages and they came up with functional programming language to be used for creating Spark. What is the language that is used for creating Scoop, Hadoop, Flume, all these things? Java. It's a beautiful language, object-oriented language. You know already what is meant by an object, right? In the MapReduce and all, that word count class you write and then you create an object of it, right? So classes and objects. Classes and objects. These are the fundamentals for object-oriented programming. This gives a beautiful way of abstraction. If you are familiar with the fundamentals, every object-oriented language supports solid, single responsibility, open-close principle, Liskov substitution principle, interface segregation principle, dependency injection principle. All these are the properties, theoretical properties of object-oriented programming language. Without knowing what these are, you are every day using it. Now, do you know how that language or how that object-oriented programming language evolved? What was there in the industry, 1950s, 1960s and all? They're all called procedural programming languages, okay? C, Pascal, all these will come under the broad umbrella of procedural languages. What do you do in procedural languages? You will write the statements. Remember, in the beginning classes, I told you about sequencing, selection, and iteration. That's what you do in all procedural languages. Okay. In C language, you will declare the variables, you will write a for loop, and you will write all the instructions one by one, etc. You're all familiar with, right? If A equal to 10 and B equal to 5, you want to interchange these two variables. How will you do? You will create a variable called integer temp, and then you are going to write temp equal to A, and then A equal to B, and then B equal to temp. This is a very school days programming question, right? How to interchange two values. What will happen if instead of temp equal to A, I am writing A equal to B first and temp equal to A next? It's gone, right? You lost the value of A. So the order is very important. That's why it is also called as empirical programming languages. Okay, so where you will write the sequence one by one, and each instruction is very important. Where you write is very important. Where you declare is very important. Correct? Now, think about a situation. I want to use this particular marker. I want you to use this marker, okay? But instead of giving you the marker, I am telling you this is the cap separately and this particular brush separately and the ink separately and this particular cap separately. If I give to you, what you will do? You are going to take each of these things and then you will combine, and finally you combine it and construct it as a marker, and then you are going to use it. Otherwise, you cannot use it, correct? That's what you did in all procedural languages. It is like I am giving you the brush, I am giving you the cap, I am giving you the ink, I am giving you the body individually, and then you are assembling it, and then you are creating the marker, correct? The people thought, hey, what is this? In the real life, I am not even bothered what is the ink inside, how the ink is filled, how the cap is working. When I go to the shop, I get this as a marker. I'm not getting it as an individual components. Correct? They created that. Let us call this combined entity as class. So a class is a combination of all the private attributes, which is the cap, which is the ink, which is the brush, all together. It's an abstraction of the things combined in your procedural languages in a capsule format. And that's what you did in MapReduce. You created the word count. Inside that there was a mapper, there was a reducer, there was a driver, correct? You combined all these things together, and to the outside world you are giving that, hey, this is the word count, you run it. So you abstracted all the things together and you created that object-oriented languages, right? And Java, basically, anything in Java is a class. So tell me, how will you create a class in Java? In Java, you are going to write the word class. Okay, let us create this particular class, for example, our marker example. So class, I am going to write, what happened? So we will create a marker class. So I'm going to write class marker, right? And inside the marker, I have got a brush variable, I have got a cap variable, I have got an ink variable, all these things are there. And this is not object-oriented programming. Previously, before the class, they came up with a new word for this. If you are familiar with the Pascal or C, you know it. What is it called? Struct. Struct is a structure. Anybody who has written Pascal or C, you might have used this, right? This is how you will combine so many things. Now, can you tell me what is the problem with structure? Great innovation in the world of programming. Combining all the things and creating your own data types. That's what structures are. What is the problem? Now look at the marker. Yeah, this marker is represented very nicely. But what is not represented inside this? What is the use of this marker? Writing. Correct? Where is the function? That right function which is being utilized, where is it? It is not there. And in structure, you cannot add function. That's why they modified that structure and they called it as, okay, come on, this is a class. And what is the difference between a structure and a class? A class will have attributes and methods. You got it. This is the fundamental idea of object-oriented programming. So, attributes. So, person, name, age, address. And what are the methods? Set name, get age. All these are the methods. Employee, the employee ID, the company for which the employee is working for, the department, and the methods are getting the department name of the employee. For example, setting the name of the employee, correct? And when you change from one department to another department, you call a set method. You created object-oriented programming. But when you write this in your program, so let's say I am going to use a main program, and inside the program I want to use this particular class. Let's call this class as employee. I create employee E equal to new employee. This is how you will do in Java, and I'm creating an employee called Ravi. This is called a constructor in object-oriented programming. You construct a particular object. What is the difference between object and a class? Employee is the name of the class. E is the name of the object. A class is a dream. An object is a materialization of that dream. A class is only the idea. And once you bring that into realization, you get an object. So, this is object. And now you are writing this particular code here. Right? This is what object-oriented programming is all about. Now let's change little bit. All the things you are going to do exactly the same, but instead of you writing all these individual lines from today onwards, you think that there is a belt traveling in front of you, okay? Like an assembly line. You are familiar with assembly line, right? The belt will be going like this and then coming. If you have gone to Japanese sushi restaurants, the belt will be going and then you will be able to pick up whatever sushi you want to, right? So there is a belt going in. And in that belt, I am going to put that employee E, and Mahesh is going to get that, and he is going to take that employee E, he will apply another function and he will put it back onto the belt. And the belt will be moving, then Sarita is getting it, she will take it and will change it. And then the belt goes to Vasavi, she will take it and she will change it. And finally, when it is coming out of Krishna, employee object has been transformed like the last line of your object-oriented program. So tell me, what did you do differently? Just the approach is different, right? Instead of writing individual lines and executing, you are thinking that there is an assembly line moving and you are applying functions as and when there is a possibility to apply the functions. Can you tell me what is the advantage if you do that? Assume that after, let's take a Coke example, Coca-Cola, where the bottle is getting filled in the factory, okay? So let's say the liquid is coming like this in a particular tank, and once it is reaching Mahesh, Mahesh is taking the bottle, filling that particular liquid, giving to Sarita, Sarita is sealing it, and then coming to Vasavi, Vasavi is applying the sticker, and then coming to Bibin, Bibin is putting what is the price of it, then it is coming to Shashi. Understand that particular process? What is the advantage of that approach? If suppose you want to change the color of the ceiling, only one person will change, but the belt will be moving on, correct? There is no change to the other ecosystem. It is as easy as it is flowing. But in between, you can insert something, you can delete something. Now, think about what we are doing. Machine learning, data analysis, etc., correct? So I am giving you huge data, claims data is coming to you. Mahesh wants to find out of this, how many valid claims are there. And after that valid claims has been found, then Sarita's department wants to find out of these valid claims, how many are there for, let's say, cardio related things. And after finding that, then Vasavi wants to find out, okay, is these cardio things are easy or not? So what you understand in data analytics? Data analytics is nothing but dealing with an assembly line of data. So if that is the case, then it will be better. Remember, you are not changing anything in your programming or something like that, but the approach you are changing, considering like an assembly line, right? So if there is a language which is allowing you to write the code in that way, for example, if suppose you are able to write the code like this, bottle dot fill dot apply sticker dot put price dot, you see the way in which I am writing the code? A single line, an assembly line. And in between, if I want anything, I can change it here, I can change it there. What is the difference between that previous Java program? It is also writing it, but the only thing is that individual imperative declarative statements, correct? And now you are going to apply this. And what you achieve? How many lines of code you wrote? Only one line of code. If you could have been Java, you might have written some 10 lines or 15 lines of code. Understand? And what are all these things? Fill, apply sticker, put price. All these are functions. Correct? But bottle is an object. So you want an object and the ability to apply functions repeatedly by each data analyst. Are you getting? Mm-hmm. So you want a programming paradigm which is allowing you to combine object-oriented programming with functions. Hence, functional programming. So functional programming will talk about only functions. And I'll show you a funny example. So let's say there is a list, okay? And the list is having 1, 2, 3, 4. Car is a function which is giving you the first element. Only the first element. So what is the car of this list? 1. Clear? It's a quiz. 1, 2, 3, 4. Car is giving you the first element. Kedar, CDR, is giving you all the elements except the first. So what you will get? Kedar of this? 2, 3, 4. So Kedar is giving you a list again. But Car is giving you only one element. Using Car and Kedar, can you tell me what is 3? That's the question. 3. Give me 3. Answer 3. Tell me now. What is the answer? I want 3. Just to think. What is there? It's very simple. Huh? Tell me now. What is that? That's what I'm asking you.
So first take care.
Care of.
What is Kedar of this list? 2, 3, 4. What is? No. Kedar of 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. And then Kedar of 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? Are you following or not?
No, last one I didn't.
Bipin. Kedar gives you 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Car gives you
One.
only 1. I want this 3. So Pale, you take the Kedar. What you will get? 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Kedar of Kedar, you get 3, 4. Correct?
Yeah.
And then Kedar of 3, 4, you get the first element. Are you following? What did you do? If you understood that way, that's functional programming. That's what you are going to do in Spark. 150 lines of your MapReduce code is 1 line. Imagine the power. So you can read through that material, all the properties I have explained there. It is little theoretical, but whenever you get some time and all, just to go through. I don't intend to explain that one, but just it's a note. So go back to that site again, foroursun.com. /passion /spark notes and click on day 1. No, not day 1. Just go back, click on just enough Scala. So how will you pronounce it? Huh? I had a mistake earlier when I came to know the first time. Scala. It's Scala. Okay, Scala is, the meaning is you are going up one by one. Staircase, the Italian word. When did Scala came into the world? 2004. And in 2004 it came, nobody, inclusive of me or anybody you think of, good programmers, never even cared about this language. Why that whole care and everything came? Because of Spark and because of big data. And now Kafka is completely written in Scala. Spark is fully written in Scala. Okay? It was invented by Martin Odersky. This person you should know. Who is he? He worked with Nicholas Wirth. Who is Nicholas Wirth? Pascal inventor. Okay. After that, he created the compiler for Java. So JVM today, whatever you write, is invented or created by whom? Him. Of course, Java is created by James Gosling, but he was there as the creator of the compiler. After that, he was called for writing something on C#. Okay. Then he came and he created Scala. So how many languages of experience are being put into this, right? That's why it's undoubtedly one of the very powerful languages. If interested, when you are getting time, completely free, Coursera. Remember I told you about Coursera? Scala programming. You will see Martin Odersky taking the class. Just attend that, free completely. Don't go for a certification. If you want a certification, $50. That's all. Very nice course. Okay, so you can take that and always remember the symbol. As you know, it's a rounded staircase. That is the mascot of Scala. Okay, it's for better abstraction. I have explained to you. It is a JVM language. What does that mean? The first thing to understand, can you run Scala without Java? Not possible. Scala is built on the top of Java. Then, okay, before going to the theoretical part, we have to install it. So, let's start installing Scala. So, I'm going to the system, and can you do along with me? It is a little bit, there are some steps that you need to do. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to minimize this screen, and first I will make sure that, yeah, it's in the local. No need of going to virtual machine, because virtual machine there will be conflict with, there is Java 1.7 and all those things. Right? Here, make sure you are having Java 8. Many times we have done this. Java minus version. Whatever be the version, don't worry, 191, 91 or 200, but it should be 1.8.0. Huh?
Mine is 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's 19th century. See, that's what, latest.
No, I just installed last week.
Okay. So, you have Java. The next thing is go to the browser. Type Scala download. I would suggest you to use 11.8. Please don't take the latest, because we need to have an equivalent compatibility to Spark later. Let's take 11.8. Click on 11.8. Now, look at that first message that they have given. Make sure you have JDK installed. Do not click on IntelliJ, SBT, etc. Just come down. Here you will see download Scala binaries for Mac OS. For other people, you will see download Scala for Windows or so whatever it is, right? Click on that. Should be very quick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a directory, or no need of creating a directory. Into the home directory itself, I'm going to write move downloads the Scala tar file. Look at that file name. Just now I have downloaded, right? For you, is it a zip? Okay, it will be a zip most probably. And then put a dot. What does it mean? In your current directory, you are copying into your home directory, bibin dash. After that, execute the command tar xvf, right? And press enter. Make sure it is creating the directory as you told, as you see, Scala 2.11.8. CD Scala 2.11.8. You should be able to go to Scala, correct? Vasavi, you can directly double click the exe file if there is. No? That's okay. Okay. Let me know once you complete. Okay. Now, I am typing pwd just to make sure that I am able to copy the path. Okay. So, what is the path? I'm copying this path. Control C, right? Make sure the path is copied. Then what you need to do is type cd. What will cd do? Home directory, correct? Vi, where are you going to keep your path and all in Mac? Vi dot profile / dot profile. In Windows, that will be in the environment variables. In the profile, there is only an export Java home that is available. Leave that as it is. No worry, because in Mac, no need of anything. Please type export. You are creating another variable. No, dot profile lowercase. It will not even take into effect if you put uppercase. Vi / dot profile. Empty, yeah. Export, type export. Capital. Scala _ home equal to whatever you copied earlier. Is it looking like this? Next, export path equal to $. What is meant by dollar? You are referring to a variable that you have created. And what is a variable that you just created? Scala _ home / bin : append the existing path. Otherwise, everything will be in trouble. Append the existing path. Please don't make any spelling mistake. If that $path, if you make a mistake, then you will not be able to establish any command or run any command, because path is needed for running any commands. Escape. How will you make sure that in this terminal? Anyway, if you restart, it will be available for every terminals. But for this terminal, how will you make sure that the profile is taking into effect? Right? Source. Source means you are running that profile manually. Okay? /profile. /profile. Sorry. Okay? SCALA version.
I have 24.
Huh? Minus version. SCALA minus version. What happened?
I have permission denied.
What? Are you not root?
2.11.
Yeah. Type sudo. I think you are not root. No. Type sudo vi /profile. Actually, it should not be. No. Actually, it should not be. Are there two users? Yesterday you were telling that there were two users. That is the problem. Who is root?
I think this is the root.
You'll have the problem otherwise. Okay. Type sudo vi profile and then type in whatever you have copied. And now type SCALA space minus version. Both you should get an output 2.11.8. What happened, Sarita?
I didn't have JDK, so I was a little bit late. I
Oh,
couldn't follow
you installed the JDK already? Okay. Now create a vi.profile.
Yeah.
And inside the profile, export path and all. Did you install SCALA? Right. And after that, source profile. Is it done, Krishna?
Saved in VI profile.
Huh.
If I click VI dot profile, I'm not sure. It's coming empty file.
It is wrong, Krishna. /dot profile. Only one will be there. Please look. vi /dot profile.
Yeah, if I
Tilde
type
means
that,
it is a home directory and it will be there. The content will be there. That means either earlier you made a mistake in the file name or something.
maybe saving and
Right?
I did call in WQ.
That will exit. No, escape shift is said only will save. Q will exit without saving.
So how do I delete the swap file? For some reason I
rm minus rf dot tab. rm minus rf dot, after that your file name. After dot without any space. All right. Finally, we are going to run SCALA. Type SCALA and press enter. That's your world now. And that is where you are going to do each and everything that you want to practice on SCALA language. And on the beginning in November, I gave you the SCALA book. Right? So it is for this day. So a lot of time you got. You might be familiar with SCALA already, correct? What is this? What is it? Export. EXPOR. Type now. Please type. Destroy. Type 5 plus 4. Enter. See the way in which you are getting it. It is giving you
integer.
an automatic
Get a text.
What happened? What did you do?
Export I downloaded.
Install?
Email.
After that, you have to put it into your profile. Okay, give me. Where did you install? It automatically installed in this place? You click here. Okay.
No, there is no
MSI, okay.
Dollar SCALA.
So, okay. Now type CMD. CMD. Type CMD. Enter. And now type SCALA. So it is because the old prompt. Okay. SCALA underscore home.
Bhataniti.
It will come.
No, export. That alone she knows. Why are you telling like that? Export party code. Dollar SCALA underscore home / bin colon. It was fun, right, Shashi? That's it.
Yesterday.
Come on, escape shift is it.
Yeah, I typed.
Huh? Escape shift is it. Huh?
I typed WQ.
Huh?
Column.
Please type what is needed to be typed. Huh? Now type. Look one more
But
time.
I have to create here.
Where?
There. Sudo.
No need of sudo. It is saved right now. Why it is not giving any permission problem now? You created successfully, no? Earlier you told that you were not able to create it. It was giving permission problem. Did you create now? Yes, right? Okay, now type source. 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 SOURCE.
We don't have to. So that is again.
Space.
That's something.
Tilde slash.
Only a few people. No, yeah, in our also they have two people. That is the reason.
Enter. Well, how come you got it now?
Where did
What
we
you were
keep
doing?
source?
Okay, now type SCALA. Ay,
Why did we keep
yo.
In our staff meeting, they were
Source is like home directory.
saying that.
Yes,
now the
source is
another SI
running that
with
profile
the
changes for
what
that
is
window.
is there.
Unless you restart, it will not get into
Staying
effect.
separately.
So every time, whenever you make some changes, you will do source to avoid restarting.
But maybe.
Restart after that, you don't need to do source. By default, it will be there. Krishna, whatever you write on profile will take into effect when the system is starting. So what we did now,
For you, you didn't get that.
I did all that now.
You wrote source.
Okay. Now, please write. Date T new Java dot util dot date. Just T. T is a reserved word. Var T, yes. Var T variable. Var T equal to new java dot util dot date.
So date is case sensitive. D, capital D.
That is Java. In Java, any class is capital. Alright?
No, no, no.
Got it? Huh? What do you understand from that line?
We're assigning the date function to variable D.
So if you write a Java class, what you can do in Scala?
You have to print that.
No. If you have a Scala, any Java class, what does this mean? I called a Java function and assign it to a Scala variable. So if I have a Java function, I can use that Java function in Scala.
Inherit the properties of Java.
So do not worry. This 99.999% people do not know this. Even if you don't know Scala, don't worry. Do you know Java? Write in Java, call that in Scala. That's it. That's the best way to learn Scala. So write the Java code. Don't think about Scala at all. And then open the Scala prompt and tell that, okay, I want to call that particular class. See how clear it is. Slowly, after writing, oh, there is a shortcut for this. Let me do that. That is how you should learn. Even today, if I get an immediate project, what I will do, I will look at the open sources available. I will show you all these things. Somewhere somebody might have written Java. There is no 110% there will be something written on Java. That's what I want to do. Done. My Scala is done then. Why? I will take that and I will put it as the class and I will write it as a class and I will call it into Scala. And that Scala code I can put it into my Spark. Done. The people who are not able to do this, they will think about learning Python, learning this. No, nothing. Anything in Java you can call. It will give you the data type even. It will infer the data type. See the power of that. You cannot write t equal to new java.util.date in Java. You have to tell date t equal to. That's why I made a mistake earlier, thinking in the Java way. You don't have to. Scala will identify by looking at the right hand side. Oh, this guy wants date. So I have to give date. Type 10 plus 2, right? 10 plus 2. It will automatically find out what is the data type that you are looking. And it will tell you the result is of type integer. Type hello, where s equal to hello. And look at the data type. It is telling you that s is of type string. Right? So it's very easy to go through that particular prompt and start typing. Now, you are not interested in installing and in Office and all, you want to do some Scala program, you want to practice, please go to the browser again and type scast. Just wait a minute, let me check the spelling. Is it Scotty? Yes, scast. SCASTIE. Just note it down somewhere. Press enter. Whatever you are practicing is going to be saved in notebooks. And today you are going to hear this particular word, and whole life you are going to hear it a lot of times. What is this called? A notebook screen. IDE, but IDE on the web nowadays is called notebook. What is a notebook? In notebook, all what you write, they are all called as notes. And you can save that notes and share that notes to your team. So what data scientists are doing? They will write the Python code and all these things in Anaconda or the notebooks kind of applications, and they will share it to the team, telling that please run this particular code. That's called a notebook methodology. If you go to your managed software center, Anaconda is available for Python notebooks. You can download it and you can see. But Python, if you don't know, please don't do it. You're not even familiar with Java. So this you can use for practicing all your Scala programs without installation, without anything. So by some means we change the computer, it is not working or something, just go to this place and then start typing it. Clear? Now, can you please write, okay, let's try, we'll make mistakes and then let's see. Okay, L equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Error? What do you need to do? No. Again. The syntax. Square bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. List 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. List 1, only by only by as many times you sit in front and then do it. List 1 to 5, write 1 to 5, list, val L equal to 1 to 5. Wait a minute. Bracket. That's the only thing that we didn't try. L equal to list in bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Sorry. Okay. Val or var. You can write val or var. Don't worry about what is val and what is var now. Okay. So this is the command. Control L. This one. Bracket list 1 2 3 4 5.
This should be a capital.
No, not necessary. Oh, this one, correct. The class name, yes, that is case sensitive. Why? From where it is coming from?
Java.
Okay, let's try. Don't type. L dot map x arrow x multiplied by 2. Now you started getting fun. What happened?
Multiply.
Just guess what happened.
Multiply.
L dot map, take x, that means assembly line. Listen what is happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is coming in the belt. And when it is coming in the belt, Mahesh is taking that, and first value coming in x is 1. What he will do? He will take 1 and multiply by 2. And he will take the next value 2, multiply by 2. That's why I told you, think like assembly line. What?
Equal to greater than.
Yeah, equal to greater than. Implies. Sum is best. Can you please write the dot sum? So Sarita gets all the values that are multiplied by 2 from Mahesh. And what Sarita is applying?
Some
Is it not your map reduce? What is this? Map. And what is this?
values.
How many lines you wrote? What word counter? Forget all the things. Use only this. Okay? Power. 100, 150, 200 lines of code into one single statement. But you understand that approach, you have to get it. That's the trick. And the syntax. Right? So, multiply each element by 3 and find out the sum. You can do it now, correct? Can you please practice by looking at that book that I gave you? Do you remember where is the book? Again, please go back foroursun.com/passion and please look at who wrote that book that I gave you. And foroursun.com/passion, and inside this, where is it? Control F, scalabook.pdf, see? And click on that.